Are you looking for the best cheap TVs? In this video we will look at some of the best cheap TVs before we get started with our video. We have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Hisense U6N. The Hisense U6N is the third generation in the company's U6 series. It doesn't make any huge leaps over the previous models, but it bumps up the brightness slightly, its colors are even more accurate, and its remote has a sleeker, more premium look. It's loaded with features through Google TV, including far-field microphones for hands-free Google Assistant, as well as support for Apple AirPlay 2 and Google Cast. If you want lots of features and fairly strong picture quality, the Hisense U6N is your best choice. Its support for AirPlay and Google Cast makes it appealing to households with both Android and iPhone users. Panel type: LED. Screen size: 65 inches. Resolution: 3840 by 2160. Video inputs: HDMI, composite, USB, RF. HDR. Dolby Vision, HDR10. HDMI ports. 4. Streaming services. Yes. Screen brightness: 700 nits. Black level: 0.01 CD/m2. Contrast ratio: 233:333:1. Refresh rate: 60 Hz. VRR. Input lag, game mode: 3.6 milliseconds. AMD FreeSync: none. NVIDIA G-Sync. Number 2. Hisense U7N. While the U7N isn't as cheap as the U6N, it's still well below $1,000 for 65 inches. It's also easily the brightest TV on this list, with excellent color performance and gamer-friendly features like 144 Hz VRR with AMD FreeSync Premium Pro. Its only real weakness is that it can make darker elements appear a bit muddy or washed out, but it still offers better shadow detail than many TVs in this price range. The Hisense U7N isn't quite as bright as the stunning U8N, but it costs several $100s less while putting out much more light than the U6N. It's also brighter than any other TV on this list, which makes it a great value. Panel type: LED. Screen size: 65 inches. Resolution: 3840 by 2160. Video inputs: HDMI, composite, USB, RF. HDR. Dolby Vision, HDR10. HDMI ports. 4. Streaming services. Yes. Screen brightness: 1528 nits. Black level: 0.01 CD/m2. Contrast ratio: 117:538:1. Refresh rate: 144 Hz. VRR. Input lag, game mode: 6.2 milliseconds. AMD FreeSync. FreeSync Premium Pro. NVIDIA G-Sync. Number 3. Roku Plus series. Roku is one of the most content-focused smart TV platforms, avoiding some of the more complicated bells and whistles while still covering most major streaming services and supporting Apple AirPlay. The Roku Plus series is the company's first-party mid-range TV line, and it's a good performer for the price. It shows wide colors, has low input lag for gamers, and is an all-around good value. The Roku Plus series is worth considering if you're familiar with the Roku platform or simply don't want a TV with Alexa or Google Assistant. It isn't nearly as bright as the higher-end Roku Pro series, but you can get it for several $100s less. Panel type: LED. Screen size: 65 inches. Resolution: 3840 by 2160. Video inputs: HDMI, composite, USB, RF. HDR. Dolby Vision, HDR10. HDMI ports. 4. Streaming services. Yes. Screen brightness. 650 nits. Black level. 0.01 CD/m2. Contrast ratio. 65000:1. Refresh rate. 60 Hz. VRR. Input lag, game mode. 3.1 milliseconds. AMD FreeSync. None. NVIDIA G-Sync. Number 4. Vizio 50-inch M-Series Quantum X TV. The Vizio M50QX-MK01 is one of the best inexpensive gaming TVs available, offering features that other cheap TVs like the Hisense U6N lack. Specifically, it has a 120 Hz panel with both standard variable refresh rate (VRR) and AMD FreeSync Premium, and its input lag is quite low. The TV's colors are incredibly wide, perhaps to a fault. Without tweaks it can occasionally look oversaturated. It uses Vizio's SmartCast platform, too, so it has both Apple AirPlay and Google Cast. Its only major weakness is contrast. This is a relatively dim panel with only modest black levels. This is for budget-minded gamers looking for a very big monitor or a medium-sized TV. 50 inches isn't exactly small, but it's still less screen than the more common 55 and 65-inch TV sizes. The big draw for the M50QX-MK01 is gaming. 120 Hz panels are rare on budget TVs, and both VRR and FreeSync Premium are nice bonuses. The wide colors and occasionally washed-out black levels can also provide a bit of an advantage in gaming, making enemies in shadows stand out more than they would with a completely accurate picture with inky blacks.